And it is Daytona time of the IORA Cup Series for the second time of the season. It's going to be one that the drivers, well, they were asking for. Drivers like Alexander Balderas, he was certainly asking for it. And he loves the Gen 6 Daytona combination. And that's what we are doing. We got a stacked field out here tonight. It is 30 cars in the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. The B-Man Design 162.5-mile event. The 18th round of the 25 race championship. And things are heating up in this series. It's going to be a fun one to watch as we load our tickers up again. Right now, it's going to be Braxton Whitaker, the B-Man himself, leading us down to the start-finish line. And the pace truck, it's going to be on its way. And you can see it just dive down. It is going to be go time. This time by for the 51 machine. We are green for Daytona International Speedway. And the 51 is going to get a good launch when we get to the exit of the tri-oval. And we're going into first turn. We can see a lap car already. Does not look like a good start there. The number 9 machine appears to be in second. That is Clark Nance pushing Cormetis, and Clark Nance going to go to the inside line right there. The 88 machine, Brandon Dugan of the Top Gun, branded design. He's there as well as Clark Nance goes to the point right now. How about that? And we got a wreck in the back. It looks like it might be Braxton Whitaker, and it looks like it is Whitaker dropping like a rock. Gets it woed up. Going to be back on the racetrack. Do not think we have a caution right now. The drivers are not letting up at all. And Demos into the wall right now. But Vincent Guecci looks to be our leader. The driver, the number 04 machine, has gone to the point himself. He's going to lead this time by. But the pack is chasing him as we speak. And it looks like we got a little bit of a disconnection from his feed, and we're going to throw it back to the leaders. It looks like right now we're focusing on Landon Gentry, who appears to be the top driver when it comes to this race, as if you guys have just blinked out. But now we're going to focus back on Brandon Dugan as the rest of the pack comes into view. Still looks like it's Clark Nance going away with Joseph Armstrong in that Chase Elliott inspired machine. We see the Hendrick and Gibbs battle in real life, and now we see it in the simulations. And we got trouble. It's the 23 of Evan Marasco. And it looks like everyone got it tied up together. Thurston, big hit there. And everyone is going to slow it down, back it down again. Everyone is scrambling. We're going to see yellow flag conditions as Clark Nance leads the way. How about that? Clark Nance, he's going to take it. Braxton Whitaker in a lot of trouble right now. It does not look like he's anywhere near the top of the charts. It's showing him in 25th position, but we don't seem to have a read on how that car is doing at the moment. When we get one, we will be sure to update you what's going on with the B-Man's car. Joseph Armstrong swooping around as Clark Nance is your leader in the 162-mile event. And it's going to be a very treacherous one. Daytona, the high banks and the high speeds, always a combination known to bring trouble to all these guys who race in the IORA Cup Series. It's our 18th race so far in this season, second season to be exact. Well, these guys still seem to have a little bit of trouble when it comes to these higher speeds. We saw it at Monza, no chicanes. We saw it at Talladega, an amazing finish at Talladega. We might see one tonight. You never know what's going to happen at a track like Daytona, 2.5 miles each time around. And for Evan Marasco, who is in the chat, this is not lap 3. And I believe right now we are at about lap 40 when it comes to this event. iRacing gave us a little bit of trouble getting us started. But we're here now, and I apologize that the original sector of laps not appear to be working with us right now, as we're already through the midway point of this event. And we had a few issues behind the scenes, but we made sure this stream would get out somehow, even though it did take quite a while. And Clark Nance is leading the way at the moment. We got some drivers in the chat. Beaver the Ham saying, I feel like Thurston's going to win it too. Well, how about that? 30 drivers picking the number 96 machine. We saw him involved in an incident. He's up there in the battle for the points. Daniel Mosteller holding strong, though. Not a great result at Indianapolis, and the cause to be quite an issue for the number 96 machine. Demos missed the race. but he's still in the championship hunt, as we only have a few rounds remaining. The next few rounds, they're going to be really quick racetracks. It's iRacing SuperSpeedway, then Watkins Glen, then Bristol, Michigan, and Talladega. Then Lime Rock for 30 laps, and the series finale is going to be at Homestead, a 100-lap event. That one's going to be always one to watch. NASCAR Cup Series, they used to go to Homestead for their championship race. They now go to Phoenix, but IORA has not abandoned the tradition. So we're going to run through the field. It's Clark Nance, then Sean Rowe, Brandon Dugan, Joseph Armstrong, and Alex Anderson in 5th position. Vincent Guecci, Jude Okafor, Heath Rutherford, Jackson Carr, and Braxton Whitaker. He's up in 10th now. Ethan Stanley and Chase Schaefer, they are 11th and 12th. Evan Marasco, Landon Gentry, Heather Cameron, Corey Lyles, Michael Cormenis is in 17th position. And the rest of the field does not appear to be with us. Scott Lebeter in 18th is not loading, and the drivers behind are not as well. But Daniel Mosteller, 25th, is still on the racetrack. You saw him for just a short moment, but he's not in the lead battle at all. We're going to show it back to our number 9 machine, who is leading the way, 1 to green, led by Clark Nance. And you can see right now that the number 20 machine hot on his heels before we saw the yellow flag. He's going to be hot on his heels as soon as we get to the green flag action. But Sean Rowe goes to the inside line. That might be the move that gets him the lead. And it might be the one that keeps him up there for the remainder of the fight. Brandon Dugan behind him. I do not believe these guys have worked together before, but you got to trust everyone around you when you want to make moves at a track like Daytona International Speedway. 2.5 miles, it's a lot of fun when you do it right. And you can see all these drivers trying to do it right because a lot of them are still in this event. We've got just about 8 retirements at the moment, according to our statistics. Beaver Serrano, 23rd position, is one of them. Brandon Dollar in 20th right now. You can see on that ticker. And it could come down to any one of these drivers. We're just about the midway point of this event. Clark Nance and Sean Rowe are our front row, the 9 and the 19. Who's going to get it done? We will see. The iRacing pace truck leading the way. This field of drivers, they're ready to show what they are made of. We're rounding just off of turn 4, coming to the tri-oval. This time by, we're getting off the 30+ degrees of banking, and we're going to head to the tri-oval, very banked in itself. Can the drivers handle this lap? We will see. The pace truck is in, and Clark Nance is going to lead us to the green. Let's see what he does. Is it going to be a great launch? It looks like it is not, but just about dead even at the end of the day. Clark Nance hits Sean Rowe, and we got a little bit of trouble. Brandon Dugan already around. How about that? We all keep it green. Looks like Chase Schaefer is going to make it up big time, trying to focus back on him. Lot of shuffling, and Clark Nance is the cause. How about that? And you can see that Heath Rutherford is in the mix right now, focusing on that 10 machine as the rest of the pack continues to load up. Quite the incident we saw there, and the middle of the pack is getting more and more bunched each time by. Now you can see Joseph Armstrong just loaded into your view. Vincent Guecci has as well. And Chase Schaefer is in second. Joseph Armstrong in third. Guecci goes slow. He goes low. And now Chase Schaefer is going to go to the high side, trying to lead a lap with Joseph Armstrong in tow. You can see right now the number 99, that Mustang machine, no damage on the front compared to Armstrong, the number 20 Camry. But it looks like everyone's going to shuffle the number 99 out. It's a high lane train, and the number 99 has not been invited. He's going to be the caboose of this party. And Joseph Armstrong, he does not want to lose when it comes to this train. As Evan Marasco gets just behind. Michael Cormetis in third position, and he's standing in fourth. Then Sean Rowe and Sean Conklin. And those two Seans, they're going to have to work together to make something happen here. Looks like they are. The 19 and the 58. And it looks like as soon as I said it, they went for it. But no work so far. Going to get them all the way up. You can see Ethan Stanley not in the original Porta Dang Dong machine. Looks like he's got quite the scheme on either way. And the Seans are going to go for it on the inside. Sean Rowe, Sean Conklin, they're going on the inside. The two-car tandem. Again, the same names get to the same positions that they are used to being in. First and second position, always competitive drivers, these two. And it looks like they're not going to be able to. Evan Marasco going to go to the inside line, and Armstrong, he's going to the high side. Can he make it work? We will see. All the drivers, they are floating about the racetrack right now, going at speeds of just about 200 miles an hour. You know what? How about we check on those speeds? Here's the onboard telemetry from Evan Marasco. It looks like 198 so far. He's getting pushed all the way. 200 miles an hour he hits coming into the third turn of this racetrack. How about that? Let's get an onboard with this number 23 machine. can see not working the wheels so far, but he's certainly got a lot of work to do. Look at this. We're looking at the gyro cam, and there's a lot of tilt when we're going through these turns, even if it is through the tri-oval, and it's an awful lot of work to keep it straight when you got a guy pushing you just behind. Here's the gearbox camera. Look at Joseph Armstrong's mangled machine. That number 20, or rather the 020 is, and he's getting all the way up into our race leader's back bumper, and you can see how close they get. It's wheel to wheel. Armstrong looks like he's going to make a move right now. Marasco going to go to the inside line. They are going again. Third turn now, and it looks like Armstrong's trying to make a move with Ethan Stanley in tow. Michael Cormenis is there, and Sean Rowe is coming along the way. They're all coming down to the front straightaway again. The tri-oval, it's going to be another lap clocked and another lap led by the number 23 machine of Evan Marasco. How about that? Great work there from that Ford Mustang. And these guys continue to pressure each other. We've still got quite a lot of time to keep the racing going, but they're pushing it like this is the last lap. And you can see Evan Marasco, he's still on the inside line right now, and the outside's getting woed up. The double Sean team, they've gone first and second. If they can get rid of Michael Cormenis to the apron, and he still keeps the lead. The Seans, they are not separating from one another just yet. It is part of their plan to get all the way up into the lead. Whether or not they know it's because of their first names, or rather, it could be in spite of it, we will see. But these two are charging up front. Cormenis is still going to lead the lap in that number 4 machine. And how about that? These guys are going all the way out. Elbows out so far. Cormenis wiggles big time with Armstrong just behind him. It's getting closer and closer each run by, and it's getting more and more intense while they are at it. And now you can see the guys are getting shuffled 2 by 2, and you can see the drivers to the back trying to make something happen, but there is no opening because this train has now been separated. There are 2 tracks, and they're on a different set of rails. Sean Rowe seems to be on a slower set. You can see that Armstrong trying to make a move. Cormenis gets bumped. Alex Anderson in the American Pride machine right there. He is making it work in that beautiful paint scheme. All these guys got great designs, and it looks like Armstrong's going to get it at the line this time by with Sean Conklin in tow, the 020 and 58. As the 58 goes to the inside trying to get some work done, can he get something through? We will see who's going to be clear on the inside line coming to the back straightaway. Looks like it's going to go to the Armstrong. And as you've been watching the telemetry, these guys are not getting lower than about 185 miles an hour. It's really impressive what these guys are doing because they're getting quicker and quicker each time by. Clark Nancy appears to be big time off the pace. 27 seconds off of our leader. We'll try to investigate that if something happens with him in the foreseeable future. But Sean Conklin right now back onto the inside, and Joseph Armstrong is still there. You can see these guys are working together, making it happen. The outside line, they're clear by just about 10 car lengths. Armstrong still leads, and the 23 of Evan Marasco is right there. They're sliding to the inside, and Armstrong goes to the inside to defend on Ethan Stanley. Now it's going to be Evan Marasco getting shuffled out as Chase Schaefer takes hold of the second lane. And oh, Evan Marasco, there's a limited contact, and they're all wrecking behind him. And Heath Rutherford, major hit. Landon Gentry as well. And we are going to have a caution on the racetrack. The drivers are getting woed up. We're going to try to get a replay. Evan Marasco, big time hit, and he just avoids the 98th right there. An instant replay on the matter. We're going to try to get it from a better angle because you can see they just go by us and we can't really pay attention to what was happening there. Here it is, a 15-second replay of the matter. And Marasco, and you can see that he just swoops in on Chase Schaefer, then gets hit by Braxton Whitaker. And it all goes worse from there. And all the guys in the back, they're just trying to shuffle out of it. Braxton Whitaker as well in the number 98 machine. He is in tow. And it's awful to see a lot of these drivers getting involved. Nothing they really could have done. Braxton Whitaker, he was one of those guys, nothing he could have done, did not see it happening. But he gets involved in the trouble, and that's not going to be good for his winning chances. And it looks like right now Joseph Armstrong leads the way over the remainder of the pack. And we are going to try to keep up with these guys because they are making it work on the racetrack. It's been great to see. The high lane seems to be the dominant and preferred groove for all of these guys, but the inside line, they're getting some momentum. Every so often, Armstrong just swooped down, but we saw how clear he got on that outside line. Maybe the goal is to keep the offense heavy on the high side, keep the defense heavy on the low side. That might be the key to victory for the 020 machine. Now the drivers slowing down for the pace car's speed, or rather the pace truck on the iRacing service. And if you do enjoy the racing, the iRacing service, we have a link to it in our description. It supports us and supports the great guys who are always developing this great simulator. It's a great group of people there, and if you do enjoy it, we've got a discount for you. Use PR-Hot Laps for $5 for 3 months to join this incredible service. You can race with any of these guys and many more. Our Discord link, it's in the description if you want to join this community. It's always interesting to keep up with. Joseph Armstrong, damage and all, will he pit? We will see, and it looks like he is. Ethan Stanley, he's going to leave it himself out, and he will be the leader of this event. And the 91 inheriting the lead. Sean Conklin second. Michael Cormenis appears to be third, followed by Alex Anderson, Chase Schaefer. This race meant to commemorate Memorial Day, just a few days off. It was on Monday of this week. We are racing on a Thursday night. So all these guys came out with their patriotic schemes. Take, for instance, Alex Anderson, the 67 machine. How about that design is absolutely stunning in the night here in Florida. And Chase Schaefer in the Miller machine as well. Both of them have the stars and stripes on their machines. Both of them having Ford Mustangs. Quite the coincidence. Both great schemes. Less. A lot of manufacturer diversity. We got top three. It's going to be all Toyota. Then the rounders out of the top five, it is going to be the Fords. And then we see two Chevrolet Camaros just behind them. So this top seven, it's got all three different types of manufacturers. And only one manufacturer has the advantage. It's Toyota, because they have three of their drivers in this top seven, and three of them are in the top five. Well, they're all leading this race. They are all sitting atop the podium. So that is a great place to be for all these Toyota guys. Ethan Stanley, of course, is leading the way so far. Slowing down, we have some drivers coming off of pit road. Let's take a scroll through your field right now. It's Ethan Stanley, then Sean Conklin, Michael Cormenis, Alex Anderson, and Chase Schaefer. Jackson Carn and Vincent Coechi, then Ethan Yon, Clark Nance in 9th position, and Sean Rowe, who is in 10th. Then we got Corey Lyles, Heather Cameron, Joseph Armstrong, and Brandon Dollar in 14th. And we don't see Beaver Serrano, but we see Fred Harder appears to be on the racetrack right now, as well as James Thurston. They're 17th and 18th, while Landon Gentry is in 19th. So it looks like right now we have 19 cars on the racetrack, hoping to get it done. One to green, so we're going to be going back to the action shortly. It's going to be a fun one to watch. You see some throwback schemes as well. Look at the 01 machine, and that is not Corey Lyles. We have two Army machines. Looks like Corey Lyles is actually in one of them, but the other is apparently Vincent Guecci. It looks like it's different numbers, and that's because it is. Guecci is in the 04 when it comes to his stim stamp. It looks like right now he's rocking the 01 machine. Well, or is it? It looks like that actually is going to Jackson Carr in the 97. These guys running different paint schemes. It's a little confusing, but we have a lot of guys honoring the Army. Right now, you can see Jackson is one of them, and Corey Lyles is as well in his own custom paint scheme. The 56 machine looks to be without a front bumper. Will that affect the speeds much? We'll see. We've seen guys win without hoods in other series with this car track combination. You never know until you find out. We're about 54 laps into this event. We've only got a few to go. It's going to be a 70-lap race when it all comes down to it. So we're coming to the crunch time stages of this race. Will we see an overtime? We will see. Or will we get a naturally played out finish? Let's see if this is going to be the final green flag sector of this event. And if you enjoy the racing, be sure to hit the like button. Always supporting the channel, it always helps out. And it's going to be Ethan Stanley leading the way, and Sean Conklin is on the outside. These two drivers, they are going into the inside of the racetrack. Conklin is going to block Ethan Stanley, and the outside lane is going to get all mangled up. Alex Anderson has no help. It looks like the 47 of the number 04, according to our ticker. Vince Guecci is rolled up as well. Michael Perman's going to go to the high side for just a peek. Going to go right on to the outside. Not a peek. That was a full-on move, but now Ethan Stanley leads the inside line. And Chase Schaefer is going to take it a second overall. He gets on the inside line, and Sean Conklin falling back, and Alex Anderson is right there in tow. Michael Cormetis is getting the life pushed out of him by Chase Schaefer. Schaefer to the outside. Will he lead this lap? They are coming to line, and looks like he is going to do just that. Now we're at lap 56. The crunch time stage is truly in effect. Sean Conklin is going to dive to the inside as well. These two are making it work. At the same time, Alex Anderson going to have to dive back up. Almost got turned off the front bumper of Joseph Armstrong. Side by side for the lead, and we see up to 3 wide in the back of the pack. But we stay green and we stay clean at the moment. And all these guys are pushing the lives out of each other, and you can see that Ethan Stanley's getting the push from Jackson Carr. Chase Schaefer is in third, just keeping the back bumper of Jackson Carr on his front bumper. It looks like these two are not going to be able to make something happen on the inside. Ethan Stanley leads another lap. He's clear far and away by just about 3 car lengths now, as Alex Anderson is just adjacent to the number 99 of Chase Schaefer. Running the high line, there's a lot more momentum, but there's a little more distance to travel. You can see only a few laps remain. These guys are getting more aggressive. Let's check the telemetry on this machine. They're getting up to 202 according to our statistics. 203 miles an hour going into the back straightaway, up to 206. How about that? You saw how quick these guys were getting, and it is for real right now in Daytona. It is a track that all these guys know well, and they all want to win because it is historic. Very fast speeds and very great winners. Chase Schaefer on the inside line trying to become one of them, but Ethan Stanley is going to lead that lap. And the rest of the pack trying to catch up. Chase Schaefer going to be shuffled out right now. No help. He's getting nothing at all. Lap 58, and these guys are pushing all the way. You can see that Demos is in the back in that bright red machine. He's single file. He's going to have to string his way all the way up, because up for the leading positions, it's single file as well. Ethan Stanley and Jackson Carr, those two are defending like lions against the rest of the field, unless the guys like Alex Anderson are just waiting for the perfect time to strike. Big wiggle in the back of the pack there. Not sure what is going on, but we're trying to keep up with it when it causes an issue, if it does. But right now, these guys are keeping clean. Armstrong and Anderson, they're going to go to the inside right now. We're going side by side again for the lead. These guys are flying side by side. Looks like the Sean Conklin machine's going to get a little woed up, but no incident. Clark Nance, he's back up in this pack. He was leading a few laps, and then he got wrecked by himself, admittedly. Now he is back. Does he have a chance to make it happen? We'll see. He has to get through quite a few cars on his lane and the lane next to him. So it's going to be quite the effort. And these guys, they're on pretty old tires. Ethan Stanley, he's on 17 lap old sets. Jackson Carr, he is as well. Mason Moriarty, the number 6, is on 6 lap old tires, and he's going for the lead almost by himself. But Clark Nance is on the inside. He's trying to make it work with that number 6 machine. Will this result in chaos? Maybe. But right now, Clark Nance is only thinking about the best case scenario, the victory. These guys are running around the racetrack as hard as they can. They are making a great use of it. Moriarty going to drop back right now. Wow, quite the shock there. But we stay green. He's going to stay in the pack. It looks like he's going to lose quite the speed there. A few miles an hour off. But the remainder of the pack, Ethan Stanley going about 190 miles an hour through the turn. Now he's coming back. He's going to get just about above 200 miles an hour. Coming to the first turn, he's leading another lap, while Clark Nance leads the inside line. And it looks like right now these guys are getting more and more aggressive in the middle of the pack. But for the lead, it's not aggressive at all. To be exact. He's at Marasco on the inside line. He's going to dive to the apron. No trouble for any of these leading guys. It looks like Clark Nance going to have to shovel around him just a bit. Chase Shaver and Marasco, they almost touched there, but no incident. Ethan Stanley, he's to the lead, and Jackson Carr goes to the inside line. He's got Clark Nance to work with when Nance gets up. And now it looks like Nance shuffles him out. Nance really wants to be the leader of his line. And we're coming to just about 10 laps to go this time by. Armstrong to the inside and Sean Conklin to the outside. Michael Cormetis, look at that. He's on the inside as well. These guys are getting closer and closer. Nance is almost on the quarter panel. That four machine in front of him. They are dead even going into the first turn of this lap. And look at that. Ethan Stanley leads the way. Joseph Armstrong on the inside line. He's been strong, but he had damage. Now it looks like he does not. He might have a better chance at it than we thought before. But Sean Conklin and Sean Rowe, second and third. The double Sean combo is up there again. And the only two standing in their way, or rather the only one standing in those two's way, is Ethan Stanley. And it looks like he's not getting out of their way at all. Are the Sean's going to go? It looks like Sean Conklin was going to, but Sean Rowe almost does. Brandon took it to the inside, and he is on his lonesome as Joseph Armstrong's going to fall all the way back. Conklin is pushing Stanley hard, and Sean Rowe is going to be the guy. He's going to have to be the guy from the pack who catches the two-car tandem that are going all the way out. We're catching up to a lap car right now. It is the 3 machine, and the 3 is going to slide out of the way. No nameplate on that car, and it looks like that is going to be the 3 machine of Harder. Fred Harder to be exact. And Ethan Stanley, he's going to have the Sean Rowe machine dive to the inside line as Alex Anderson is in tow. So is Michael Cormetis, and so is Jackson Carr. A major swift change of events. And Sean Rowe is going to lead this time by, and Alex Anderson is just behind. Then it's going to be Michael Cormetis, Ethan Stanley, and a 3-wide battle between Conklin, Jackson Carr, and Clark Nance going into the first turn. Nance, no momentum, no help, and there's nothing he can do right now. He's going to have to fall back in line. He's going to have to swoop to the inside as Sean Conklin just did. Braxton Whitaker going to get out of the way right now. He is a lap car. His chances of winning are over. He was up there in the lead battle and unfortunately was taken away from him. But you can see that Ethan Yon is in the mix right now in the 72 machine. You can see that Vincent Guecci is in the mix right now with the 47 machine, the 04 on your ticker. And you can see that Michael Cormetis leads the high side with a rejuvenated sense of momentum. Is he going to lead this lap? Big wiggle there. He might have to lead it on the inside line. That's what he's going to do, barely getting it from Guecci. And Guecci oh so close to a victory at Lanier. That was his closest chance this season in its entirety. But he's going to try to go for it at Daytona. He's got to right the wrongs. His best finish in this season, it's going to be a second position. It was there at Lanier where J-Rod denied him of victory. He's going to have to deny the field of victory this time by if he wants to show that he is worth the IORA Cup Series. Ethan Stanley is all the way on his inside line. He's going to dive to the inside. Joseph Armstrong is on the high side. And it looks like right now, big 2-car tandem. And we got one in the wall right now. It looks like the 86, Ethan Yon as well. They slide just off of the view of the number 67 machine, or rather the 99, because these patriotic schemes, the more, the merrier. These guys are not getting woed down at all. But we'll try to get a replay when the racing slows down. And Clark Nance, we just lost his feed. We're going to reconnect to that number 9 machine who is still leading the way. It is green flag conditions. 64 of 70. Big wreck. And it looks like someone just went tumbling. It's Ethan Stanley. We're going to get a 30-second replay on the matter because that was quite the scene. We're going to try to get the best replay possible. The chopper camera has been put into effect. About it. Here it is. Replay of that incident as we were focusing on the one in the back. Ethan Stanley, he was up there for the lead fighting Michael Cormetis. He's right there. We can see the incident in the back, but we stayed green as Joseph Armstrong went 3 wide for the lead, and he did not get that lap lead. Ethan Stanley barely got it. But we're going to see what happens here because it happens just coming off of turn 2. And a bit of a blink there that might have been what caused it. Or no, we will see. But looks like right there, Ethan Stanley goes absolutely flying about. and that is terrible for his chances at winning this event. I don't think there's anything he can do right now but wonder what could have been. That is an awful roll. The instant replay does not help us all too much to see what really caused it, but almost out of the park. And he almost hits Beaver Serrano there. But he gets it done at Days End, lands on his wheels. And while impressive, absolutely a lot of damage done to that number 91 machine. Wow, how about that? And catching up with our leader of Michael Cormenes. He just took the start-finish line for lap 65. So we're only going to have a few more remaining after this caution flag period ends. And Cormenes, he's been up here a while. Not all too familiar with the leading position. He has been up there in the pushing game. Can he get it done as a leader? We will see. Alex Anderson in tow. Clark Nance is now in fourth, but was in third as Joseph Armstrong has just passed him. And these guys are getting slowed down again at about 80 miles an hour. Conklin and Cormenes, they just touched. And that was for the lead. Not sure what's going on there. Conklin airing his frustrations with our current race leader. We'll see if that comes back to bite the driver of the number 4 machine. We still have not much to cover. The lap cars, they are going around. You can see the 28 is one of them. So how about we focus on that machine as we're going to see Sean Conklin dive into the pits. How about we see the full track pace from David Joyner. And he's got a car just beside him as they just blink out. And we're going to try to get an update on that. Car seems to be Evan Marasco. So how about we try to watch these two? They're absolutely still blinking out. Not sure if it's going to be possible. Unfortunate scenario. But it looks like they're there right now. So let's get a chopper cam and see how quick these guys are going. You can't hear the engines all too well. So we're going to throw it to a perspective that does have the engines in tow. You can see David Jordan trying to make the pass on Evan Marasco. Looks like Marasco might just have a little more damage than he does. And they are still making their rounds. Trying to get onto the lead lap for a chance at victory. Lap 66 of 70. So it figures. And we're going back to our leaders, Michael Cormenes and Alex Anderson, as Clark Nance is in third. That's their podium right now. It's a Toyota, it's a Ford, and it is a Chevy. So it's a lot of diversity in the manufacturers again, but not one manufacturer has any advantage in the podium. It could go any way so far. We'll see whether or not it happens to go the way of the guys who are leading right now. It's Toyota and Michael Cormenes at the moment. See that the number 4 machine leading the way. The 67 is in tow. Clark Nance in third, as we said before, and Joseph Armstrong is in fourth. Brandon Dugan in fifth. Jackson Carter 6th. Mason Moriarty 7th, and Vic Seguecci 8th as Sean Rowe gets into line in 9th. Daniel Mosteller 10th. Brandon Dollar 11th. Corey Lyles 12th, and James Thurston in 13th, and Landon Gentry is in 14th. Chase Shaver 15th. Scott Ledbetter in P16, while Beaver Serrano is in 17th. So they just blinked out, but their leaders, they're not blinking out at all. It is 1 to green in the IORA Cup Series, and hopefully we're going to get to the conclusion of this event. It's been a fun one to watch so far, but will it go all the way green from here? We are going to see. It's going to be quite impressive if they can make it all the way. Michael Cormenes been up here as I had stated beforehand, but he is in a new position as the leader on a restart, and that is certainly a pressure-filled situation. We saw Clark Nance had quite the issue with that before. So if Michael Cormenes makes a similar mistake, it's going to be all over for him. We're going to have a restart after it if we get to the white flag. No, we will not, but I doubt that we're going to get to the white flag. You see a wreck is probably going to happen just about a lap or so beforehand, because these guys don't usually wreck when it comes to the white flag. It seems sometimes they just get it straight, then they just wreck immediately after. But I think these guys have the potential to hold it up, as Michael Cormetis and Alex Anderson, the 4 and the 67, they are the leaders of this line, and it's going to be up to them to get it done tonight at Daytona. And you can see the pace truck still on the racetrack, but that truck is going to be diving in right about now, as we're going to get off of turn 4 and head to the front straightaway. And you can see the banking is decreasing. The elevation is lost, and the pace truck in the middle of the track going to dive swiftly into pit road. It is crunch time for all of these drivers. What are they going to do with this little time left for them? We will see. Michael Cormetis, the inside line leader, and we are green again, maybe for the last time. We will see. Cormetis does not get a great start. Alex Anderson gets quite the better one, and the 67 is on his way. Clark Nance in third position. It looks like Joseph Armstrong is in P4. And these guys are going all the way out, trying to get this victory. It looks like it's going to be Vincent Guecci going to trail Jackson Carr in the 01 right now. And these two are going all the way on the outside line, pushing Joseph Armstrong. Demos in the mix right now, as Armstrong is your current leader. Alex Anderson on the outside right now, or rather on the inside, as it's going to be Vincent Guecci on the outside of him. Demos now in the mix for the first time all race. Look at Corey Lyles. He's up there as well. No front bumper. It is not stopping him. The 47 going to go to the inside line. No trouble so far, or is it Clark Nance? We almost got to the end of that lap. Was that the number 9 machine getting into that incident? Caution is out. A big shuffle on the racetrack. Here is the chopper camera perspective. Here's how it looked in the high skies of Daytona International Speedway. And it looks like the number 9 machine. He's got some cars who are actually going a little slower than him. But then Brandon Dugan, they make contact. And from there, it is all over. And that is that. Looks like he might have spun into pit road. But he blinked out. And that is all she wrote for the number 9 machine's chances of victory. Clark Nance had a good run going, led some laps. That's all he could do. Does not look like he's going to be able to get a chance at victory. As the number 20 machine of Joseph Armstrong leads the way right now. Jackson Carr is in second. Crunch time for the 97 machine. He just got up there. Will he be able to finish that way? It is possible, but we still got a few laps to go. It's going to be an overtime. 2 laps to decide it following this short caution. And the 01 Go Army machine throwback is right there behind the leader of the number 20 machine. It is the B-Man Design 162.5. It looks like we're going to have to stretch that distance. And we're going to add an extra lap or so onto it. We are now at lap 69, so we're going to go into lap 70. We're still going to be under caution. Will they shorten the yellow because of this? We will see. It's up to the admins, and they might make the decision not to. It is up to them, as I'd said before, and we might have a full-blown caution. Coming to the line again, pit road cycle has concluded. It's going to be the final wheel of the night. Hopefully, it's going to be our first overtime, and we have 2 laps to green until the caution period ends, and we're going to go for it one last time. Joseph Armstrong back in the lead. He had damage and he was still competing for it, but he is now scot-free on that number 020 machine. He's going for another good run in this series. Can he get a victory? It's always possible. Will he be able to get it done? It's always possible, as I'd stated before. He's been close many occasions. Daytona, not a bad track of his. He's been up there multiple times. We've seen him in multiple different series up there. But can he get it done in the IORA Cup Series? We will have to wait and see. As Jackson Carr waiting in the wings for a victory of his own. He's going to be as hungry as ever to get it tonight, because he's up here so far. He's got the track position. He does not have to hunt his way up. He's got a pretty good shot at it so far. Just has to stay in line and be patient until the event is over. Got a driver going at full speed right now. It is Evan Marasco. How about we watch as the number 23 goes at full speed. Here it is from the nose perspective. It's basically a track guide. As you can see, the banking increase and decrease. How about a cockpit view from the driver, the number 23, see how they see it in the car. But it looks like a little bit of a blink out there. We're still going to try to get the telemetry up. All the viewers to see. And if you do enjoy this race, be sure to like and subscribe. It is always greatly appreciated. Another driver at full speed. It is Braxton Whitaker. We're going to try to get the telemetry from him right now. Looks like we're not going to be able to as well. So we're going to focus on the drivers who are leading this way, because they are the ones to watch for victory. Now we are at 1 lap to green. Let's go through our field. It's Joseph Armstrong, then Jackson Carr, Vincent Guecci, and Daniel Mosteller in tow. Then Corey Lyles, Landon Gentry, James Thurston, and Alex Anderson is in 8th. Mason Moriarty and Chase Schaefer round out the top 10. Then Sean Rowe, Max Molina, Michael Cormenis, Jude Okafor, Beaver Serrano, Heather Cameron, and in 17th, it's Fred Carter. That is our 17 drivers on the lead lap so far. With 1 to green, we're going to be going back at it again. We're going to see who wins this event. We've seen quite a lot of yellows, and we've seen quite a lot of good racing. So we could go the way of any driver. Let's see. You can see the engines are fired. These guys are ready to get to the action. Question is, who's going to get it done first? We got a lot of good drivers. You can see Corey Lyles does not even have a front bumper, and he's still up in it. So in spite of all the damage, in spite of all the tumultuous battles these guys have had to face, they are still fighting for that first position. Will they be able to get it done? I am not sure so far, but I can't place my bet on anyone. It's a super speedway race, and it is Daytona. You can never guess, and we can see a lot of different drivers. We can see Landon Gentry in 6th right now. He's in the B-Man sponsor machine, so he's got the sponsors backing. You can see his sponsor just drove right around. Braxton Whitaker still trying to get laps back, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Pace truck is in the turn 3 and 4 section of the track. Going to be diving down, hopefully, one last time. And it is go time. Armstrong leads the way, and Jackson Carr is in tow. The pace car is going to dive in, and the 020 is going to be the control car for this one. Let's see how he does it. It is going to be go time at Daytona one last time, and we are going green in our first overtime. Let's hope we don't wreck this time, but I got to be 1 lap to get to the white flag. So the next flag is going to end it, and the 020 gets a great start right there, but Jackson Carr gets an even better one, but he has no help. He's going to slingshot back all the way, and Demos, he's going to have to help him out big time in the back straightaway. That is the goal for the number 87 machine right now. Corey Lyles is now 3rd in the inside line, and 3rd overall, just about. But it looks like Jackson Carr is going to get some help right now. Close up the telemetry, because all we're watching is these drivers as they are going to go fighting for victory. Will they be able to get it done? We will see. Armstrong still clearing away. He's led almost a lap straight with no contention. But Jackson Carr, the white flag lap, is it going to be his? He's on the high side. He is moving right now, and it looks like he's going to be able to get it just about over. Armstrong coming in line. 1 lap to go. Carr's going to lead him to the checkered flag lap. Is he going to be able to lead them all through the 2.5 miles? We will see. He's got a great pusher in James Thurston right there, and it looks like he's going to go to the inside line. Abandons Thurston. Thurston's going to get shoveled back. It's going to be all up to Landon Gentry to give him a good run, but Demos, he's going to be working for his own benefit. And all of these guys, they're in the pack. They're all moving hard. Jackson Carr and Demos, they're going all the way. Demos giving a good push, and Armstrong, he's going to be with Jackson Carr right now. Swooping to the middle, and Corey Lyles, we're going to see an incident in the back. Clark Nance involved. Armstrong's going to take the lead. 4 wide almost. Thurston's at the front of the pack, and 3 wide coming to the line. And it looks like at the end of the day, it's going to be James Thurston winning the B-Man Design 162.5 at Daytona International Speedway. How about that? Incredible finish at the end of the day. Almost 4 wide coming off of the back straightaway. And James Thurston, he's got reason to celebrate. Let's throw it back just a few minutes or so. We're going to throw it to the last lap. You can see that Thurston got held out by Jackson Carr. And from there, he might have thought it was over, but it certainly was not. You can see that Joseph Armstrong gets a great one. He gets a great run, to be exact. He goes on to the inside of Demos, and Thurston goes all the way high. And these guys come off Demos tries to make a move. They're just about 4 wide coming to the line. But Thurston, he's involved in no trouble. He goes on the high line, most momentum. And he gets just in front of Armstrong. And that's how he wins this one. How about that? We're going to fast forward to the current celebration in effect. You can see all of these drivers surrounding pit road, trying to get their cars cooled down. This is the cool down lap usually in real life. But James Thurston, he is going to burn it down as he should. Rightfully deserved a victory right there. At the end of the day, nobody could match him on that final lap. Jackson Carr led them to the white flag. James Thurston leads them to the checkers. Is going to go all the way down to the first turn of the road course. How about that? Looks like it's going to be a different style of celebration than the one we usually see at this racetrack. He's going to go until that engine explodes. I'm thinking, look at that. He's already into the infield section of the road course. He's burning it down as he should. An impressive victory there from the 96 machine. He gets it done. His best lap on the race, the 45.544. That is not the best lap overall. We saw some guys getting a few tenths quicker, but it comes down to your pace overall in this now 73 lap event since we had extended it. It's a great one to watch. This race is finished. The checkered flag is set in stone. And James Thurston is going to be great for his championship battle. Wow, he's going to keep burning it down. Even those tire marks right next to the tire barriers. He's celebrating in style as he should. An impressive one from the race winner. Had to make a move at the end, and it is when it counted. An impressive one to boot, and a lot of drivers with some good results. Armstrong in second, and Mosteller, he's keeping his championship defensive line. He still finished third. So these guys, they can't be counted out yet. We still got a few races to go. Our next race, it's going to be iRacing SuperSpeedway. So expect a little more of the same from all of these guys. James Thurston is going to be limping it around to pit road right now. The celebration is not over. Still taking some great shots right there. I suppose he's going to be doing it in a replay. Burning it down on the start-finish line, or just about. He's pretty close. Deserves to celebrate it however he wants to. Great one to watch. Number 96 machine gets it done at Daytona. And that's going to be a great boost to his championship hunt after a not-so-great outing at Indianapolis. That is it. How about that? How do we get through our results for this event? It's James Thurston who won it over Joseph Armstrong by 0.07 of a second. Then Daniel Mosteller, Michael Cormenes, and Max Melita rounding out the top 5. Then Clark Nance, Jackson Carr, Beaver Serrano, Vincent Coechi, and Fred Harder coming out with a shock 10th position. Great work there by all of these drivers. And that's going to be Sean Rowe, Chase Schaefer, Alex Anderson, Landon Gentry, Mason Moriarty, and Heather Cameron, 16th position. Then Jude Okafor, Corey Lyles, and Evan Marasco, 1 lap down. In the 20th position, the B-man himself, Braxton Whitaker, 20th and 1 lap down. And then Brandon Dollar, Brandon Dugan, Scott Ledbetter, Sean Conklin, Ethan Stanley, Ethan Yon, Heath Rutherford, Alexander Balderas, David Joyner, Kobe Brown. That is your field for this event. How about it? At the end of the day, a great show put on by all of these drivers, and admittedly a little bit of a late stream, but we thank all the viewers for watching. It was a great stream to watch, an impressive drive by the drivers, all 30 of them, and James Thurston, who came out with the victory. So we thank everyone for watching. We hope to see you for our next stream, and our next stream is going to be Auto Club Saturday. It's going to be a fun one in the IORA Indycar Series as James Thurston gets it done yet again in the IORA Cup Series. This championship battle, it's going to go down to the wire, and I highly recommend you watch the remainder of these races on Thursday nights. There are always special ones in this championship league. These guys are certainly going for a championship, and we thank all the viewers for watching. Thank you all for your time.